Hey everybody, I finished my woodworking project and I wanted to do a little quick summary of the boiler and the connections. As you can see, I've got a 1/4-inch copper tube and an elbow coming out of here from this quick start valve. That'll be going to the Loco parts ejector for the vacuum brakes on the tender. This one is the quick start valve that will go, it'll be a 5/16" copper line that will go to the steam injector to put water in the boiler. So the reason I mocked it up, I was concerned with how much room I'd have on the sides, and as you can see there is enough room inside the cab for that arrangement. So that's one thing. Next thing I'm going to do is pretty much take all this stuff off, so I thought I would do a little video recap of the connections and what all needs to happen next. We've got the throttle arm here. Obviously I talked about browning or bluing that, and one thing I didn't show before but it's kind of cool, underneath here I put a little ball valve that's the connection to the rear steam header bar. I bent the handle underneath so it will clear these things, so I'll be able to shut steam off for the rear header bar. This globe valve will provide the steam to the blower, which will be routed through here. This globe valve is going to provide steam to the Loco parts brake valve, which will sit over on the running boards over here. And if we move over here, this globe valve will provide the steam port for the top of the sight glass here. And this one, of course, is for the pressure gauge itself. And something like this will be for the whistle. Moving down a little bit, I want to show you, I do have the Loco parts blowdown valves. They'll be stuck in the side like this. And over here are the Loco parts boiler check valves. Moving around to the top, I still need to drill and tap the holes for the Loco parts pressure valves here, the safeties. I haven't done that yet. I need to figure that out. And I have obviously the steam dome cover, and this is the lid for it, just set in place. There'll also be a sand dome right here, which I need to weld a nut on for, and that and the bands for the boiler jacket to stand it off. As you remember, we have the front steam header bar here, and I have not yet, except for the one hole drilled through to give me the steam space, I haven't yet decided whether I want to have the steam supply to the cylinders come out the sides or out the bottom. So I figured I can figure that out. Once the boiler is in place with its jacket on, I can put it over in the chassis over there, and then I'll finish all the actual piping while the boiler is in place. So there's a little update for you. Next major things: drilling and tapping for the safeties, and then welding the boiler bands and the boiler jacket bands and the nut into place. Once that's done, fitting the gas assembly to the bottom of it, lifting it in place, and bolting it to the chassis, and then finishing the piping. So thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.